Hey everybody, welcome to the random game on shrinking. If you're new to this channel, one of the things I like to do is take older games that are sealed, mostly PC games, open them up, see what's inside for posterity, and then actually play the games. So if that sort of thing interests you and you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe now to the notification icon so you can be notified the next time I do a video like this, which is pretty often. The game I have here today is called The Wild World of Madison Jaxx. And the cover is not too exciting. This guy, I don't know what kind of drawing this is of this guy here. And it's by Corel, makers of Corel Draw and WordPerfect at one point. I think they bought them. Basically what this is like a Carmen Sandiego type game. It's like a geographical adventure, but it's all with full motion video. And there's a lot of CDs in here. This is a 5 CD-ROM game. I've played this game before. I found it one time as just a jewel case package, like in a store. I don't think I've ever seen the box before. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen the box. And I found this shrink-wrapped copy, so I figured I'd open it up and see what we got in here. But yeah, it's like you go around the world as part of this team of Madison Jaxx secret agents or something, and you try to catch criminals. And there's a lot of acting in it. And actually, when I played it, actually got a little bit too much. There was so much acting, and maybe not enough game, or the game itself wasn't that exciting. I don't recall this, but this was years ago, and I want to try it out again. It's definitely an interesting style of game, and it's a pretty unknown game. The box is pretty heavy, I think, because there's a lot of CDs in here. So without further ado, let's open this up. I'm just going to try to rip this here. It feels like original shrink. It doesn't necessarily look like it, but it also has this sticker outside on the packaging. Packaged in Canada. You can't tell for sure that means it's original, but it's a decent sign of it. And it came out in 1996 for DOS and Windows 3.1. So let's open it up. Come on, ripped plastic. There we go. Maybe this wasn't original. It feels like cheapo shrink wrap, but I don't know, I guess the type of thing where, like, who would want to re-shrink wrap this game that nobody's heard of except for me? Nobody's played except for me. Actually, I think Richard Cobbett did a PC gamer crapshoot on it one time, but it's pretty unknown. All right, that's out of the way. The box even feels cheap, by the way. It feels like a very cheap cardboard. Oh my gosh, look at this. There's like 5 CDs. They couldn't be bothered to put in a 5 CD jewel case. To be fair, I don't think those even existed at the time. So it's in these 1 CD and then 2 2s, it looks like. Get this open. I do have 5 CD jewel cases, though, so I'm going to put it in one of those. In fact, I think I have one right here. I'll get it later. I'm not going to move everything around right now. So this first one here, here's the CD. It looks unmarked. Got the manual in here, which I'll take a look at in a second. And the other 2 are just, each of them are 2 CD cases. So 5 CDs in total, because a lot of video. Nowadays this would be on a DVD, but this was before DVDs, people had them. I'm not even sure when DVDs came out off the top of my head. And we also have some kind of Corel catalog, or at least pictures of some of their stuff. I don't really recognize any of these games, except for Dracula's Secret, which is a pretty rare adventure game. Aside from that, I don't know that I recognize any of these games. Mode is also a pretty obscure adventure game, which I haven't played yet. That's that. And then let's see the manual itself. Black and white. About the game, how to get started, how to run it, when to switch discs. Here's the characters, all of full motion video. I was gonna say professionally acted, but I highly doubt they're professional actors. But who knows? And basically, that's it. Here's some more interesting screenshots from the game. So without further ado, let's check it out. All right. So here we have The Wild World of Madison Jaxx. And you'll see it's a pretty big budget production in terms of the FMV at least. They did a good job with the FMV in terms of the actual production values. Let's do introduction here so you can see this introductory movie. In terms of production value, it's pretty nice. They're the Twin Towers. I missed those. Obviously, you can tell this is an old game. By the way, this game ran fine in Windows 3.1 under DOSBox, no problem. So that's Madison Jaxx, the head of this agency. And this is a very high security, high tech place they got running here. So there's all this security to get in. This again, good production values. You'll sort of see the problem with this. Look at this guy, like, he's supposed to be like a James Bond type, but he ends up being really, like, lacking in personality. I'll let you watch this intro.
Welcome to the GSS, the Global Special Services. My name is Madison Jaxx, and I'm the president of this humble enterprise. Some of you I know, some I'm meeting for the first time. For those of you that are new, let me tell you a few things about us. Here at the GSS, we solve cases. We solve cases that no one else can. Not governments, not agencies, not international organizations, no one. We solve them and get paid handsomely for our troubles. We have a reputation for success.
I wish they would zoom in on his face, by the way. It's nice that, like, you could see the people reacting and turning their heads at the table, but, like, why is his head so far away so I can't see him?
Smugglers, end wars, and kill viruses, both human and computer. In a changing and uncertain world,
we can kill the COVID virus, that'd be nice.
For reliability and calm professionalism. In fact, our reputation is too good. We've been swamped with requests. Over the past year, the GSS...
And the Twin Towers in the background again.
...from people and countries needing all kinds of help. And that's why I've asked you here today. I would like to enlist your help in answering these cries for...
Oh, I had to read off the CD.
I've asked you because you are at the top of your fields. You are the best of the best. If you can't help, no one can. These cases are from all over the globe. From China to Peru, from South Africa to Sweden.
Pretty high-tech device there.
These solutions call for skill, intelligence, and bravery. You all have these attributes. Many of these missions are dangerous, some may even be deadly. But if you accept and complete them, I can promise you a few things. You will travel to many strange and exotic locations around the world. You will gain experience, fortune, and fame. And you will have the undying thanks of nations around the earth.
What about money?
But I have an even more important reason for calling you here today. Yesterday, I met with representatives from the United Nations, the World Bank, and the Interpol police force. They, too, need the GSS. They gave me a list of criminals they want caught.
Doesn't this guy seem boring? I mean, like, it's just like, yes, I want you to find these criminals, and I'm really cool. I'm not going with you, by the way. I'm just talking to you.
Catch them. As you work to solve your cases, you will also try to track down one of these criminals. You won't be alone, however, because GSS will be helping you the whole time, sending you information and reports. I know this is a dangerous request, but if you can track down these villains, you will receive ample compensation from me, as well as the gratitude of the entire...
Alright, so he's going to pay us. Oh, finally we get a close-up shot. With the bad quality of this FMV, why couldn't we get this close-up shot to begin with? It would have been a lot nicer.
Satellite network, allowing you instant access to our database.
Alright, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to skip the rest here if I can. Alright, I just skipped it. So now you put a new game. And then you get to pick between one of these 9 people who, basically, I think each one is a separate adventure. They all go to different places. I'll just pick the TV news reporter randomly. I did the archaeologist, like, for a few minutes before. So look and see what happens here.
Shane Denny, television news reporter.
Alright, so that's like basically you can confirm if you want to pick him or not. But again, I think you have to pick all of them eventually. So it's not like you're trying to pick your character or something. Give you some information on, you know, his background and whatnot. And I say accept.
Mr. Denny, welcome to the GSS.
No, it's like the secretary, I guess,
we catch your reports all the time.
telling me that
Mr. Jaxx likes your
Mr. Jaxx is going to talk to me soon.
Around here we need facts, not laundry. We've talked to you.
I don't know why you could just talk to me, why you have this additional character here, but okay, whatever.
As you go along, I'll be updating you to keep you up on what's happening on our side. Before you go, though, Mr. Jaxx would like to speak with you.
Denny, love your work. Looks like you'll go into any...
It's such a weird angle for the camera, like behind this guy's head. Why couldn't they do this from the side? I thought originally that they did this to save time, and like Jaxx is saying the same thing in every video, and they just like superimpose his head in. But no, his head's actually moving. It's actually a video, and he says something different to him. Like he said, "Hey, Denny," to this guy. So he's giving you your mission. Why they do this weird angle, I have no idea.
Weapons, explosives, kidnapping, and all techniques of modern terrorism.
Alright, enough with this. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to catch some criminal or It's like Carmen Sandiego, basically, sort of. You'll see in a second. Alright, so now I got... Sheesh. Insert disc CD number 4. Alright, so 1 second while I go do that. Okay, CD number 4 is in now, so let's hit continue. They always show New York City because that's where the headquarters is.
Your first case is in Sri Lanka. Since 1972, the government here has been embroiled in a bitter conflict between the majority Sinhalese and the militant Tamils.
I guess she's not a secretary, it's more like one of the senior operatives or something.
One Tamil group has become terrorists and they are smashing all...
Alright, so we're going to Sri Lanka and report on Tamil guerrilla attacks. Again, I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but like, when you do play the game, like, you want to obviously watch all this video and hear what they're saying. And the problem is, it gets very boring after a while. It takes a long time to actually get into the game. And you'll see once you get into the game itself is not so exciting either. So, okay, New York City, I'm going to Sri Lanka. Maybe I'll meet with, what's his name? Arthur C. Clarke. I think he lived in Sri Lanka. Alright, so I have to click here to go on. Now it's like sort of the production values go out the window. I get a picture and a voiceover instead of video.
Sri Lanka is in southern Asia, 29 kilometers southeast of India, across the Palk Strait in the Indian Ocean. It's January.
So this guy's a narrator, I guess. It starts to get pretty boring just reading this, but like, when you play a game, at least, especially back in the 90s, if it was like audio, actually speech, you wanted to listen to it, so you're sitting there listening to all this speech, not just reading it. But like, you'll see what happens now. So you meet with this guy, and he speaks to you.
Leader of the government's anti-terrorist squad. He speaks with you in Sinhalese, his country's predominant language.
Oh, actually, that was interesting. Usually they actually have... The narrator pretends to impersonate the guy, like, does another voice and says the guy, okay, so... I should have been paying attention, I guess. But they don't always tell you, actually, the answers to these. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Belong to what religion? I have no idea. I totally have no idea. I'll just guess randomly because I don't know. Okay, they're Hindu. I had no idea. Oh, another question. Sri Lanka is an island in which body of water? I don't know. The Indian Ocean? Wow, okay. Good guess.
Vijit Singh tells you.
Oh, now he'll do it.
We believe the Tamil terrorists have enlisted the services of a professional mercenary.
So is this the narrator doing a voice, or is this another actor? I really strongly suspect it's the narrator doing a voice. But basically, all this promotion video is out the window, and now we have a static screen with a bunch of text voiceover. And it says, he told me to go somewhere, and I'm now going somewhere else. I'm in Sri Lanka, I'm going from Colombo to Kandy. And I know nothing about geography or Sri Lanka, so I don't know what that is or what that represents. Okay, now I'm in another place.
You fool!
Oh, wait.
What are you doing?
Oh, shoot.
Here?
Okay, I actually had to do something. What gadget... Wait, so I clicked on the guy, and now he's pointing his, like an Uzi at me, it looks like. And that says, which gadget should you use to find the clue? Remote control, videotape, or a mini microphone? I mean, I think I should use, like, a freaking Uzi. The guy's still pointing an Uzi at me. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on here. Who are these soldiers in the background? Why is there a helicopter? Remote control doesn't seem like it'll do anything here. Videotape? What's a videotape going to do? Maybe a mini mic? I don't know. I'll try this. Alright, correct gadget. I record information over her and find out that Sachin, I guess the criminal I'm trying to catch, is involved with the guerrillas in Sri Lanka. Report this clue to the crime lab at your earliest convenience. Okay.
Kandy, Sri Lanka.
And now I get another voiceover. Actually, I have to first press the button, and then I get another voiceover.
You arrive in Kandy, the capital of Sri Lanka, from 1592 to 1815, and the last capital of the ancient kings of Ceylon. The world's most sacred Buddhist temple.
This is the problem with this game, basically.
In the south
there probably could be some fun here, like clicking on that guy and which thing should you use, maybe even answering some trivia questions.
Initially, the inhabitants are afraid to talk to you.
It gets very boring because of this text scroll and the voiceover. And I have no idea. I mean, again, I could just completely guess. So I actually played this game through one time, like 2 of the characters all the way through, because I'm like a glutton for punishment. I want to finish the game, and after going through 2 characters, I had to give up and stop playing because it was just so boring that I couldn't play anymore. So, like, at least in Carmen Sandiego, there's clues and you have to make a decision of where to go. And, like, if you go to a wrong place, and then, like, it'll basically say, okay, you went to the wrong place, you wasted some time, and you're not going to win, potentially. Here it just feels like there's like a trivia question that pops up, and you can score based on it, but it doesn't actually really impact the game. It's just sort of waste your time or to test you or something. So here, like, I'm sitting down going to Anuradhapura. I didn't decide to go there. I just, the story told me that's where I'm going, so that's where I'm going to go now. Once I click on this, and I'm going. So, like, it doesn't feel like so much of a game. It feels like more like you're reading a really multimedia novel. And you have a little bit of interactivity. Like, I guess if I didn't click on that guy, he probably would have shot me or something. Maybe if I didn't use the right device, I would have lost some points. But, I mean, basically it happens by the story is sort of independent of the game, if that makes sense. And then a lot of the gameplay, quote-unquote, is sitting here watching these text scrolls and reading them and listening to them. And, the voice acting is okay, but it's not amazing. And the bottom line is, like, it's probably very educational. I probably learned, like, a ton about the world by playing this. But honestly, it's so boring after a certain period of time that, like, I just don't know if I could do it for that long. Like, I've played games like Aztec, which is like an adventure game set in Aztec times, and I learned tons about Aztec culture and civilization without but still being a game, whereas this just feels more like a class than a game. That's the problem. And, again, I'm just completely guessing these questions. So far I've been happy to get them right, but I don't know the answers. But, I mean, again, like, I just feel like this fails as a game. It's probably really good as an educational tool if you can get through all this stuff, but as a game, it's just a little bit too boring for me, to be honest. So maybe you like it though. Your mileage may vary. I'm really curious if anybody else has even heard of this because it's really obscure. If you've heard of it, if you've played it, if you think it's good, or if you like it, if you've enjoyed it, if you have some nostalgia about it, please let me know in the comments because I'm really curious about this. And, if you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do that. But we'll do this again soon, hopefully with a game that's a little more exciting to me than this one. But I'm still happy to have it in my collection, and I probably will play it through one day at 100%, because I am a glutton for punishment. Anyway, talk to you guys later, and have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.